Welcome back to the details. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi received visiting African Union Commission Chief Moussa Faqih in Cairo on Sunday, as the African official is in an official visit to Egypt, and they reviewed a number of African issues ahead of the 34th African Union Summit, which will be held on February 6th and 7th. We have more details.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held talks with visiting African Union Commission Chief Moussa Faqih in Cairo on Sunday, during which they discussed a number of political issues in the African continent, as well as means to settle current disputes through diplomatic means, including the crises in the Horn of Africa and Libya. President el-Sisi reiterated that Egypt would exert its utmost efforts to support African nations and consolidate their efforts for development and reconstruction. In this respect, the President affirmed that the path of development in Africa should begin with fixing stability and establishing an integrated infrastructure, which would be a cornerstone of development for African nations. This development, he said, would consequently link among geographic regions of the continent and in turn achieve the required target of the economic integration and regional merge of the continent. For his part, the AU official hailed Egypt's pivotal role to consolidate developmental efforts in the continent, as well as retaining its security and political stability, confirming that the bloc depends mainly on such role under the wise leadership of President el-Sisi. Presidential spokesman Bassam Raji said the meeting also tackled ongoing trilateral negotiations among Egypt, Sudan and Ethiopia over the latter's dam under the auspices of the African Union. President el-Sisi confirmed anew Egypt's constant position, which calls on forming a binding legal framework among all concerned sides that tackles Egypt's worries and concerns regarding filling and operating the dam, and rejects any procedure that hurts Egypt's rights of the Nile River water. Faqih praised Egypt's efforts to resolve the issue, stressing the significance of continuing coordination to reach a just and balanced agreement among the three countries. The meeting took place ahead of the 34th African Union Summit, which will be held on February 6th and 7th, and was attended by Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry, who earlier held talks with Faqih to review final preparations of the upcoming summit. Foreign Ministry spokesman Ahmad Hafiz said the meeting had taken place within the framework of the continuous coordination between the two sides and preparations for the upcoming summit.
President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi held a meeting on Sunday with Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli, Minister of Health Dr. Hale Zaid, the Presidential Advisor for Health and Preventive Affairs Dr. Muhammad Awad Tajuddin, and other senior health officials. The meeting tackled the executive status of the national project to manufacture and collect plasma derivatives in cooperation with the Spanish company Gearfolds. President el-Sisi gave his directives to manufacture and collect the components with the highest scientific and technological levels. The president also instructed to continue following up the study of coronavirus developments in Egypt and its repercussions. This came as Egypt received the first batch of the COVID-19 AstraZeneca vaccine shipments on Sunday, arriving at Cairo International Airport from India, where it's made. The batch includes 50,000 doses. It's part of 20 million doses deal finalized by Egypt's Unified Procurement Authority. Egypt condemned the attack launched by Houthi militant group by a drone armed with explosives toward the Saudi kingdom. Earlier, the Arab-led coalition fighting in Yemen announced that it had destroyed in Yemeni airspace a drone armed with explosives that was launched by the Houthis towards the kingdom. Meanwhile, the foreign ministry denounced the continuous Houthi attacks targeting the Saudi territories. Egypt asserts in foreign ministry statement its full support for the Saudis' measures to achieve stability and security to face such terrorist coward attacks. Meanwhile, units from the Egyptian and French armies continued to conduct on Sunday for the second consecutive day the joint aerial drills with the participation of multitask fighter aircrafts of different types within the frame of the army joint training plans with brotherly and friendly nations. The drills will resume for several days. The first phase of the drills includes a number of lectures and exchanging expertise, as well as the executing of several raids to boost the capabilities of both sides and to reach the highest performance level, as well as managing joint missions using the most modern weapons under different circumstances. Car bombs killed at least 11 people in two separate incidents in